The truth is, it's all evolution of the soul. Believe it or not, you and your family members could be even billions of years apart in evolution. I know you're going to get triggered. I know as you're going through this spiritual awakening, you're going to create that consciousness, which is us versus them. This is the biggest mistake on the spiritual path. You cannot let people out of your heart, right? You can't say, you know what, you're lower than me and I'm higher than you. I'm into this high vibe thing and you're into this low vibe thing. That is a part of the problem. That is the matrix, the duality. Okay, we cannot separate anything. The fifth dimension is about oneness. It's about creating higher consciousness for all sentient beings. So as you continue to grow and continue to evolve on this spiritual path, you'll notice the more you wake up, the more crazy the world seems. Whether it's getting into the GMO food, understanding that billions of animals are being murdered for our pleasure, whether it's understanding the chemtrails, the toxicity in our water, the food system. I mean, there are so many things to get upset about, right? Now you have to understand that it's all perfect. It's all orchestrated through this magic that we call the universe or God or Jesus, whatever word you want to put on top of that. This is perfect. Now you on the spiritual path have to understand that you are in line with the highest good of all. That's the difference here. You're either in the fifth dimension practicing unconditional love, or you're in the third dimension practicing separation, fear, being a part of the problem, being a part of the thing that says, I'm better than you. The truth is, you're just as good as everybody else. You have a soul just like they do. You have the Atman, the soul within the soul. You are one. You are literally no different than any living being right here on planet Earth. The evolution of the soul dictates how far you've come on this planet and how far you're willing to act in order to create the next level of consciousness, not getting caught and getting trapped and triggered by the emotions. You'll notice that's our very primal part of the brain, right? We've been on this planet for a very long time. Now that primal instinct to want to react to everything is what we are overriding right now with this practice, anchoring in the highest vibration, which is the fifth dimension. Now, if you get caught in the third dimensional consciousness and you get all reactive and you blame other people or you get emotional, then this is not evolving. This is not growing in any way. So what's the simple answer? We need to love those unconscious people. We need to love them even more. No more separation, no more complaining, no more throwing our responsibilities at them and saying, oh, you triggered me, or you're causing this, or you're causing that. Oh, I'm just mirroring your traumas, okay? I see so many spiritual bypassing mistakes happening on the spiritual path. Honestly, that's what it is. If you're blaming other people for anything else, that is spiritual bypassing. You have to take full responsibility for your life. And I know it's uncomfortable. I know you get stuck and frustrated a lot because there's a lot of difficult things happening, especially as we move into the fifth dimension and this is fully being anchored right here on planet Earth. There's going to be a lot more things that are going to trigger you. That's not the issue here. The issue is, how are you reacting to it? What are you going to do about it? Are you going to complain like everybody else and lower your vibration and just throw sticks and stones? Or are you going to go through the higher road? It's called the higher road for a reason, because not everybody is willing to go to that extent to make the correct choice that is above all those other choices that are just people sweeping their problems under the rug, right? That's what this is. If you complain and you're just saying, hey, this is happening to me for no reason, and this is happening for this other reason, then that is complaining. You have to take full responsibility for your life. All of it. Every single thing that has happened to you is perfect. In fact, I would say you created it so you can wake up. That's it. And that's including these people that are quote unquote unconscious, that are triggering you, that you call toxic, or whether they're in your family member, whether they're friends, coworkers, I don't care who they are. It's all perfect. They were sent to you so you can wake up. Now, if you're complaining about them and you know you can't evolve past that thing, then change your environment. No more complaining about them because you're no longer absorbing their energy because you're in a new environment. So if you have to quit that job, then quit. Get out of it. If it's so toxic that you're just completely drawn to that energy all the time, then create a new environment so you can thrive. That's the secret here, because your willpower will never overcome that environment. It's so much easier to choose free will and change your environment. Therefore, you have an automatic increase in your vibration. However, do not get caught in avoiding anything here. I'm not telling you to change your environment because it's so toxic and you can't do anything about it. I'm saying you have to create the most optimal environment so you can thrive and then go back into that household or into that workplace with your cup fully expanded, and therefore you won't be triggered because you're holding this higher consciousness. You're in the heart. You're anchoring in the fifth dimension. And when you're truly in the fifth dimension, nothing will affect you. A hurricane will go by. Seriously, earthquake, volcanoes erupting. It doesn't matter. You're zenned out. You're bliss. You're so lit. You're so passionate about life that nothing can stop you. Now, if those people are still coming after you and they're still rattling your cage, then guess what? That's exactly where you need to get your work on. You have a lot of inner work to do, and that's the universe showing you exactly where to start. So thank those people. Honestly, thank them for triggering you. If they're triggering you, whether it's jealousy, anger, lust, fear, any of those lower vibrations, then thank them, because that is a teacher. That is something that you need to do in order to get to the next level of consciousness. Thank you so much for being here, everybody. I want to give a shout out to the Inner Circle members. Shout out to everybody on the Patreon page. I love each and every one of you. And if you want to take your journey to the next level, know always in the description of these videos, you will find a link to join me on the Signal app. This is a complete private and encrypted server where we can communicate, get around all this censorship that's happening right now, and join other people on the spiritual path. I love you guys. See you later. Infinite love. Infinite peace.